Welcome back to another episode of the new Wivestales. Today is Halloween. Yep, that's it. Today's the day. And I feel like superstitions and old wives' tales as a whole sort of fall kind of hand in hand with each other. So, black cat crossing the road means, something bad's gonna happen. Things happen in threes. Some people even say the number four. I guess they find, in Japan specifically, they find the number four kind of unnerving, which is crazy town. But let's dial it back for a minute and talk about all things momming in this 2024 Halloween. So we're expected to have so much, right? There's so many things that we as moms are supposed to do. Let me start with this. For one, I have acquired many, many Amazon shirts and or sweatshirts and memorabilia, if you will, for the Halloween time frame. All the way from going and going to the pumpkin patch, right? And so I have to get something for that. That has to be a really cute photo op, all the way to truly like every single day of Monday through Friday during the Halloween time of wearing like, hey, here's a cute pumpkin shirt. Here's mama's little pumpkin shirt, to bats and pumpkins and just like all the stuff, right? Like I wouldn't wear it now, there are some people that are very festive. Don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with being festive. I can appreciate it. I love a little seasonality. But from a Halloween standpoint, like Spirit Week, they very much couple it on. They tack it on, right? So crazy hair day on Halloween or whatever. I feel there's this one piece of it though that it's hit or miss. So fun fact. I've told pretty much every mom that's friends with me about this mom mishap. And I hope it's relatable, but when it's Halloween on a Saturday or a Sunday, sometimes even a Friday, you celebrate it at school another day. Now, if you're in preschool, you're probably maybe kind of gonna wear your costume that day. If you're in elementary school, also maybe. I have young kids, right? So I'm not really sure what middle school or high school is all about. Just a point of reference from when I was doing it. I really don't think it was you wore your costume in high school, nor are you that kid, but I don't know. Maybe you are, and that's cool too. But okay, point of the story is you don't know sometimes you get lost, right? You get lost in all the emails. It's all the things are happening. So what day is it? What day are we supposed to wear the Halloween costume? And for whatever reason, because fall festivals and, Halloween parties happen, my brain, I really royally screwed up, and I've screwed up twice. So I am not too proud to admit that I have sent both of my children in full astronaut gear to school on the wrong day. They showed up and they were troopers. They were such troopers. They were like, wow, I am the only one in a costume today. And so when my husband comes home and he's like, hey, Taylor, I don't think, are you sure today was the day? I don't think today was the day that they were supposed to wear the costumes. And sure enough, I was wrong. And so luckily, I got pictures throughout the day of my kids in their astronaut costumes on the wrong day. And that humbles me. And you know what? Like I said, hey, if you're out there and you've done this too, I hope I'm not alone. Maybe, I don't know. But there's a lot going on, and give yourself some grace. A couple of the things I've been doing as a mom hack just to like be in this spirit, because the memorabilia just simply is not enough that they're wearing it, is I've been putting like cutesy stuff in their lunches. Pinterest is a wealth of greatness and also a massive pitfall for me. So I would go and look at, little things that you can, like toothpicks that have like the witches on it that you can put in their food, the little eyeballs to, really give them. And I picture them, right? Like, because I'm not there every day when they're eating these things, but I picture them being like, oh my gosh, wow, That's so cool. Or do you think that they're like, ew, why it's melted in that raspberry, that eyeball that my mom thought would be cute to put in there? Or do they not even think about it at all? I don't know. I don't know, but I'm trying to be cute and I'm not quite sure how it's well received. It's not like they remember it enough to talk about it. Sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, I remember when prompted. Like, did you see the cat that I packed you in your lunch today? Wasn't that cute? Wasn't it cute? And they're just like, that was nice. And I'm just like, all right, cool. So there are things that are like super festive and Pinterest stuff, and then you really just go off the rails and send them in full astronaut gear on the wrong day. It's great. It's really great. Back to the Halloween stuff. Trick or treating at 4 and 6 is. I am the mom. You see the memes that go around and they're like, did you say thank you? Did you say what do you say? What do you say? That's me in full. I don't mean to do it, but it naturally comes out. I want the manners to be there, and sometimes it's hit or miss. But there are those houses still that you're just like, how are you handing out full-size candy bars? Like, did you ever have kids? Because I'm not handing those things out. And do you remember when we were little and it was more so about, okay, actually, let me pause. It morphed into this when parents had to dig through our stuff for razors. Like, it morphed into that. When we were younger, it was just like, we're gone. Stop, bye, see ya. We're gonna have the best Halloween ever. And you come home around 9 o'clock, you check in from time to time, you're running around, you hit some houses twice, what have you. Sometimes, when you're too big for that, what is that, like 13, 14? I've seen some 16-year-olds come by and, all they have is the Dracula teeth in, and I'm just like, you didn't even try. But when was it when this shift happened where all over the news your parents were like, oh my God, they're putting racers in the kids' Reese's? So it's like, I think I don't know when that started, but there was a time, we might have been like 11 or 12, those who were born in 1990, 11 or 12, I don't know, that then they were like, let me see your candy. And you're like, all right, sure, don't take anything. But they took stuff, your parents. Anyway, I don't know when it morphed into that. And I mean, now it's with the kids when they'll go out around, I don't know, 6:15, dusk, if you will, is what the neighborhood Facebook page calls it. But when they go out, it's like, I've had it, after like an hour and a half. I will say, when we were growing up as well, there were no houses that had the Jello shooters at the end of the driveway or the solo stoves. It was merely like, come here, little kid, knock, 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 let's see you, There wasn't any of that rah-rah parenting. Not in my neighborhood, at least, growing up in Richmond, Virginia. So I don't know. I think it's been fun trick-or-treating with these ages. And the older your kids get, and you're not just like schlepping them around in a wagon, and you're like, you can't eat anything, but like, isn't it cute, That now it's more fun when they're 4 and 6 and at these ages. And I'm assuming at some point they're not going to want to be with me anymore. That's a level of motherhood that sucks. But it's going to happen, and then I'll be the one that's handing out the candy, because right now, I don't know how you guys do it at home. Is it one spouse stays at home and the other one takes the kids and then you swapsies? Or is it like you're on mom duty all night and the dad stays home? Or do you both go? And then what do the dogs do? Anyway, I have questions about that. But I will say Halloween is a very fun time. I don't get too into it. You see the really cool 10 feet high skeletons. Fun fact, never saw this as a kid. When did these things start coming out? They're super cool. Why didn't I get to experience the terror of a 12-foot, 10-foot tall skeleton? I didn't have that. We just had, the webs that would, when you're putting them out, you get all caught in it, or your wig hair. And anyway, I digress. Halloween is fun. Let's talk through some other silly superstitions while I've got you. I've motherhooded long enough in this Halloween episode, but okay, upside down shoes. Fun fact, so in Egypt, it's taboo to have shoes upside down in your home because their soles face upwards towards God. And traditionally, there's a common belief throughout the Middle East that showing someone the soles of your shoes, which are dirty, by the way, of course, because they're shoes, from walking in the street means that you're insulting them. What? That's crazy. Okay, if you eat from a knife, you'll be mad and angry for life. So that's a fun one. Interesting. Also doubles as a safety situation. Ooh, okay, I am guilty of this. Never kill spiders in the house. Those of you who love spiders and you're the ones that use a little something or paper to lift them up and take them outside, bless you, because unfortunately I like a dead spider. But if you ever kill a spider in the house, even if you find them scary, that means something's about to happen. So in other words, don't kill the messenger that came in on a 4 pairs of legs. Okay. Here's another one. Back in the old days when doctors were in short supply and even more expensive than they are today, there was a superstition that if bitten by a dog, you should rub its fur against the wound or even eat the fur to prevent infection. Ooh, I don't know about that. I did hear one time, this story came from my dad, was that in order to make a dog feel inferior to you, you're meant to bite it. I mean, I think it's cute to like love on your dog, but I don't know if I'd bite it. All right. Last but not least, here's one about money. All right, entrepreneurs. One about money. If you step in dog poo or pigeon leaves a smelly mark on your car, count yourself lucky and soon to be rich. So those of you who have ever been pooed on by a pigeon and or bird, I don't know. Maybe you are the lucky one. I don't know in that situation. It could be a double-edged sword. Anyway, I wrap this one up. Happy Halloween, everyone. Remember to check your kids' candy. Don't kill spiders. And don't send your kids to school on the wrong day. Thanks again for joining us. See you next time on New Wivestales.